Don't worry, I'm not going to do it again. I did the Kung Fu movie intro earlier. We're not doing that. Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, day by day, for the 29th of August. Hope everyone's doing well. A whole lot of news I have noticed. I did see that they've begun production on Star Wars Starfighter, which I think, I don't remember when it comes, but I think it's the one with Ryan Gosling or something. If I'm remembering right, I'm not sure. But it's good that they're getting back into the game. Hopefully, they've learned their lesson and they're going to make it good, because we still, I could go and watch Star Wars Mag, but I only have so much time in a day, and I don't know. Today was, I talked about it earlier. This week's been good, but it's just been different, and we haven't been able to streamline anything yet. I don't have things exactly figured out yet as far as family goes, but we're getting there, and we're generally headed in the right direction. The question we need to answer is, are we going to be able to finish Captain Drogon today? Are we going to be able to finish Captain Drogon today? That's the big question. It may not seem big, but to me it's big, because that means if we can finish Drogon today, that means we only have one more layer requirement left, and that to me is pretty big. 20 battles, one pull. Fortunately, we don't needed one, but that's, that I don't like that at all. So that's fun. Anyway, we do that. It's less than ideal. Let's put it that way. It's just that happens. And you're like, okay. So I feel like we're in this, on this account, we're gonna be on the same place we are with the free to play account, where we're just gonna have to sit on characters and just farm mats for a while. And I think how I want to do this, I think we're gonna finish Boosh, but then after we finish Boosh, we're just gonna have to go and really start hoarding, because if we don't, we're just gonna end up, we're not gonna be able to get any traction. We got Drogon to Relic 1. We have enough juice to get Boosh to Relic 1, but beyond that, we don't really have the juice to get them anywhere else. So, in case you're wondering where we are, that's where we are. Just go in and gotta go in and start collecting mats and just be like, hey, this piece is done. Okay, this piece is done. That's a piece done. What about this one? I just, slowly start notching away at what we can get done and what we can't get done, and move on with our lives from there. See, 38. That's better. Why can't we do that? It's really good. come down here and see what I need. Is there nothing in here else that I can pick up? Doesn't look that way. Ah, well. That's not great. It's not great. All right, so since I think where we are now is we're probably pretty good in terms of whatever. Let's start picking up some of this so we can make some more relics. In fact, let's just do the rest of it. We can come in here and count where we are. We're at 600 there. That's good. 700 there. That's good. 600 there. That's good. 500, whatever that. I mean, we're better than we were, obviously. Still not where we want to be, obviously, but on our way, I would say. Definitely on our way. And that's important that we're on our way, because you've got to be able to progress. You got to be able to move on. You got to be able to move the ball down the field. That's good. All right. So the big news is, I don't know that we're going to get anything else. We got Drogon done. That's the important thing. That's. I don't know if we're going to be able to count anything else as a win. I'm not excited about this, though. It starts in 2 days. That's not great. It's not great. I don't like that at all. But I am great that we've got boost to do, and then we'll be able to, we got to go into heavy saving mode. We probably need, obviously we need a lot of everything. So anything I say is just going to be, well, of course, because you need a lot of everything, and I do. It's a lot of everything, and I don't know how long it's going to take us to get it. Obviously, anytime we pick these, just automatic buy for us right now. Just automatic. Just, hey, what are you looking at? Oh, we got these. Oh, hey, automatic buy. Sweet. Just like these Carbonis that we know we're going to need forever. Same thing. Same thing. These are helpful. It's so weird. I don't know. So me and my wife were talking. When we were talking about, I don't even know what we're talking about. But my wife was talking to her mom about clothes, and they were commenting about this family that my kids are in class with their. I think they have 5 kids. And this girl is in this, their daughter, their 4th child is in my son and daughter's class at school. And they were talking about clothes and how they afford clothes, because we think the dad works for a delivery service, like one of the big package parcel delivery service type things. And the mom is staying home, and we're like, and the kids are always dressed to the nines. They're always act very nice. And they're like, well, how do they afford, they have 5 kids. How do they afford this? And I didn't get to really finish the conversation with my wife, because our children are loud and ever present. And they just, you know, it's whatever, 6 or 7 o'clock, and they're yammering about whatever. And so our conversation kind of got derailed. But what occurred to me is a couple of things occurred to me. Their kids are stair-stepped, which means the mom had an opportunity to bond and teach the oldest what was expected. And then she got the oldest to help out with the second oldest, and then trained up those two to help out with the third one, and then trained up those three to help out with the youngest, so on and so forth. And that's by design. And then also, they probably don't go out. They probably have a garden. I mean, I'm just spitballing here, but they probably have a garden. They probably don't go to eat. They probably don't, you know. And they're basically where I wanted to go is basically the mom is probably very intentional about teaching them and what's expected of them. And I'm sure she is, I'm sure that the fact that she only has one kid at home is allowing her to get all of their summer stuff put away, get their cooler weather clothes out. And she's also able to instruct the youngest child what he needs to be doing. And that takes a lot. It takes a lot of commitment. But, and I think that's a lot of it. And probably this mom is very frugal, and she's like, knows what she wants, and she has people out. She has people out looking for stuff. And I just didn't get around to saying that, but I think that's probably the case. I mean, do I know it definitively? No, but it's like, there's so much to be said about being intentional. And this is something that me and my wife have kind of both had in our spirit for probably 10 years ago. It's probably been 10 years-ish. Where we went down to visit my mom south, where she lives. And my mom had this word intentional about speaking intentionally. And I sort of had that resonating in my head for a while, and me and my wife talked about it, and she's kind of adopted that as her word for this year. And that's important. But I don't think that she's quite to the level where where it's whatever. Is this the same guy we fought the other night? Looks similar. He's got gas and Janani Luke. He's got Janani Luke with Wampa at Rogue 3. Rolo at 4. Got that Hunt at 3. You know what that's telling me? Where's Hermit Yoda, though? I need to see where Hermit Yoda is. Real quick. I mean, this guy don't mess around with mods, which of course he doesn't. He totally wiped me out. Yeah. I mean, it's fine. It's to be expected. Hats off to you, my friend. We'll try this. I don't know. I mean, He's on his course. But it's like when we get done with these, like I said, boosts, we're going to be very intentional about I just think this is the way it needs to be for the long hand, for the long stretch, because we're basically at the same point with both accounts. Where the free to play is a little bit closer to getting SOKR than this account is to having Leia, but we're already seeing similar veins of needing to save, being intentional and go after and stop and just be okay with just farming 1C for until we get 4,000 of this stuff. And then moving on to whatever we need for Relic 3, and then whatever, and then, just got to be intentional about it. And there's a lot to be said about being intentional. And sometimes I think a lot of people just take it for granted, and they don't realize how much being intentional about what you're doing in life and what you're saying I don't think we pay enough attention to that a lot of times. And I want to know, and I just want to let you know that I was kind of, what happened last night happened last night. I'm going to make an effort to be more intentional about the things I do. Now, keep in mind, I may get distracted and I may forget about this tomorrow. But as much as I can, I'm going to be more intentional about how I'm doing stuff for this account, for the other accounts, for how I'm doing, how I'm building this roster. I don't know what this is going to entail, but it's what's required. It's what's required. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate all of you. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, did I do this yet? No, I do it off screen. Appreciate all of you. Hold the line. Remember that I have friends everywhere. Bye.